Happy, happy Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. Happy, happy Halloween, Silver Shamrock. Happy, happy Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. Happy, happy Halloween, Silver Shamrock.
It's almost time, kids. The clock is ticking. Be in front of your TV sets for the Horror-thon. And remember the big giveaway at 9. Don't miss it. And don't forget to wear your masks. The clock is ticking. It's almost time.
Happy, happy Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. Happy, happy Halloween, Silver Shamrock. Happy, happy Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. Happy, happy Halloween, Silver Shamrock.
Hey, how y'all doing? So, let's talk about Season of the Witch. My review of Season of the Witch. And you might be wondering why I'm not representing the fact that this is called Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. Well, that's because this movie has nothing to do with the Halloween franchise. At all. Nothing whatsoever. No connection at all. Other than the fact that John Carpenter and Deborah Hill returned, I think, to do some writing on it, or they may have wrote this movie or co-wrote it together. And Tom Lee Wallace directed it, which she played Myers in part 1. And really, I don't know what else to say about the connection between the two other films, because there virtually is none, other than the fact that they show a copy of Halloween 1 on a closed-circuit TV in this movie at least twice, 2 different scenes. So they're pretty much breaking the fourth wall. You know, they're pretty much acknowledging that Halloween is just a movie and that this is something totally different. Which begs the question, why in the fuck would you name it Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, if you're divorcing yourself from the 2 other films and you're pretty much acknowledging that this film has nothing to do with the Halloween universe, like at all. Because they wanted to turn it into an anthology series where it's a different matter, a different story, a grisly crime that happens around Halloween every year. It just has nothing to do with Michael Myers or Laurie Strode or Dr. Loomis whatsoever at all. That's where my problem lies with this one. Now, I mean, I'm not going to bash this movie like everybody else does, because I don't believe it deserves the hate it gets. It does got its place, you know, in film. And then if you take it as a standalone movie and watch it as it is its own thing, and don't compare it to all the other Halloween films before it or after it, and just divorce it from the franchise and watch it as its own movie, Season of the Witch. No affiliation with Halloween whatsoever. Don't call it Halloween 3. Just call it Season of the Witch. You might have a good time watching it. Basically, the plot of this movie was about this guy named Colonel Sanders, or Colonel Cochran. He wanted, for some reason, some ungodly reason, to kill every living child in the world on Halloween night with these demonically possessed masks that he makes at his factory in this town called Santa Mira, I believe is what it's called. Actually, that same town they filmed this in is the same one they used for, I believe, The Body Snatchers or The Fog. It was one of those, another John Carpenter flick. He likes to keep his things close. He's used different film locations for other movies too at the same time. So that's one of Carpenter's trademark movies. But yeah, the plot, he wanted to kill every child on Halloween night by having them watch this commercial with this god-awful fucking jingle, the Silver Shamrock song, which is the name of his factory, where he makes nothing but, not just Halloween masks, but he also mass produces a lot of shit in this town. He's pretty much responsible for everything they have. He's basically fucking China, and Santa Mira is America. So they all get their shit from him, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, Tom Atkins in this. He plays the doctor, Dr. Chalice. And Dr. Chalice, he's one of a kind. He's a man, you know, he's a doctor. You got to understand something. He's a doctor. You know, doctors have meetings, they have patients, and he's got no time for kids. All right, you know, a lot of people have said that Dr. Chalice is a shitty husband, he's a shitty father, but, you know, he loves his kids. Don't get me wrong. Dr. Chalice fucking loves his kids, but he doesn't have time for kids. He's got no time for kids, you know. He's a man, he's a doctor, he likes to go out and get drunk on Monday, Tuesday. And what's so wrong with that? Like, I don't see nothing wrong with that. There's a lot of guys that like to go out to a bar and eat peanuts and get drunk on Monday or Tuesday. And along the way, he meets this young girl. As the daughter of this older gentleman, who is the first victim of the movie, runs into a gas station begging for help, holding one of these masks, the silver shamrock mask, a pumpkin one. And these silent, deadly killers dressed up like business executives, like bankers and shit, they're chasing him down, trying to kill him because he knows something that they don't want him to get out, to put the word out. This whole factory is aiming to kill everybody on Halloween night. And so they murdered him in grisly fashion in the hospital once he's taken in and put in ICU or just in an overnight stay for observation. So they think he's just a rambling idiot that's off his rocker and had one too many opioids. One of the killers comes in and grabs him by his forehead or between his nose and shit and just yanks the shit out of fucking structure and just completely disfigures this guy's face, fucks him up beyond recognition. It's pretty horrible. Like, that's one of the things I can say is that the kills in this were pretty good. I like the gore factor, you know, I do like that. They did amp up the gore from Halloween 2, and that was a good thing about this one. So that's one thing I can't say. The gore effects they had in this, like you see a dude's head get ripped literally off his body by a dude's bare hands. And that was Dick Warlock who did that kill, by the way. Because the cameo in this as one of the killers, and he's still doing his robotic Myers walk. So to me, it was like having Myers in this almost. But Dick Warlock still acts the same as he did as Michael Myers in Halloween 2. But like I said, Dr. Chalice, not only does I like to go get drunk on Monday and have a beer, you know, and hang out and watch football on the TV, he also has a thing for underage girls. There's this young lady. There was a young lady involved. She was hot, and you know, she was probably like 16, 17 years old. But Dr. Chalice was what, in his 40s, and things were different in the 80s. You know, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, who gives a fuck? He went and had premarital sex with her at a motel because he didn't have time for kids. He didn't have time for his ex-wife Linda. She knew that he had things to do. She knew he's a doctor. He's a man. He's got meetings. He's got shit to do. But yeah, basically, Dr. Chalice and that girl takes it upon themselves to put it into this insane fucking plot to kill every child on Halloween. And they follow this dude to his factory, and they end up finding out what this guy's got cooked up, you know, what kind of devastating plot he's coming up with, and he becomes aware of it. And everybody starts dropping off like flies, you know, and there's some good kills in this, but it's not nothing I can remember right off because this ain't one of my favorite Halloweens. But there is one kill in particular. This little kid is sitting in this room with his parents, this annoying, obnoxious old dude and his equally as obnoxious wife. And they're watching the TV show, the commercial. It's supposed to be like a test room where they put people in there to see what they think about the product and shit. And as soon as the commercial comes on, the kid puts the mask on, and worms and spiders and all kind of gross shit, snake starts coming out of this kid's head, you know, and just eats his brain from the inside out. It's disgusting. It's so gory, but it's fucking awesome. I like it. And it kills the parents too. And like I said, you know, the thing that pissed me off is that they did acknowledge that this wasn't a part of the Halloween franchise by having Dr. Chalice tied up in a room with sand behind his back and a copy of Halloween playing on the TV. Oh, and the fact that that girl that he's been fucking for the whole movie, that teenage girl, she's a robot. Yeah, she's a fucking robot. That made no sense at all. And something about Stonehenge had to do with old ancient Celtic ruins and shit. The ruins! Like Halloween 6. This is like a precursor for Halloween 6, I guess. I don't know. Halloween 3 was alright, but it's just the fucking Shamrock song, man. It got on my fucking nerves. But, anyways, yeah, that's my review of Halloween 3. I'm sorry I couldn't think of anything better to say about it, but it's just not one of my favorites at all. The fact that it didn't have anything to do with Myers or Laurie Strode or Beth Loomis just pissed me off. So, I guess I had to give this one, if I had to rate it, I would give it a 5 out of 10, you know, just being generous. So, yeah. That's my review of Halloween 3. Well, Season of the Witch. It's my review of that. And I hope you all have a good day. So, see you later.